What is up, Gamer Army? Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Psycho Gamer. I am your host, Aubrey, and today we're going to look at two cabinets that were announced today. They're pretty much the same cabinet, just with a different coat of paint, basically. We are going to take a look at this new Capcom Legacy arcade cabinet, ×2. So before we do, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe and turn on the notifications. And stay tuned, we are going to talk about Street Fighter right after this. All right, welcome back. Now, like I said, we are going to take a look at these two new Capcom Legacy cabinets. Now, technically, there's three cabinets they announced. They also announced a Miss Pac-Man cabinet. It is also a Legacy cabinet, Bandai Legacy, or Bandai Namco Legacy, if you want to be completely exact. But still, the main ones we want to talk about in this particular video are going to be these new Street Fighter Capcom Legacy cabinets. Now, we are going to switch over to my computer. We're going to take a look at these two cabinets because there's a red one and there's a blue one. I like the blue one a little bit more, but they actually have names for them. So we're going to switch over right now. All right, here we are looking at my desktop, and this is one site that's kind of going around a little bit by Game Trend. 20 years, Capcom Legacy. Arcade1up announces two new arcades. Obviously, the Capcom Legacy we just told you about, and the Bandai Namco Legacy. Now, you can see the pictures of them right now. You see the red one, and you see the blue one right here. So now it's two new arcade machines, Capcom Legacy Edition, which will be available in both the Yoga Flame and the Shinku Hadouken Edition, and a Bandai Namco Entertainment Legacy Miss Pac-Man. Both arcades feature 14 games, custom risers, a light-up marquee, and remote Wi-Fi live online play, and have an MSRP of $499.99, basically $500. Now, the Legacy will feature Street Fighter II Turbo Hyper Fighting, Street Fighter II Champion Edition, Super Street Fighter II Turbo, King of Dragons, Street Fighter Pro Gear, Battle Circuit, Super Puzzle Fighter, Saturday Night Slam Masters, Capcom Sports Club, Final Fight, Giga Wing, and Captain Commando and Armored Warriors. A couple of these I don't think I've seen on any of the cabinets. I could be wrong. King of Dragons looks like it's a newer one. The Bandai Namco Legacy will have Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Land, Pac-Man Plus, Super Pac-Man, Pac-and-Pal, Pac-Mania, Galaxian, Galaga, Dig Dug 1 and 2, Mappy, Rompers, Dragon Buster, and King and Balloon. So I guess we're going to just go ahead and do all these in one video. So I hope you guys don't mind on that. Now, like I said, I really like the look of this particular cabinet. Now, these aren't just your typical stock photos, because there's actually video of these guys actually playing these cabinets. So these are real, these are live cabinets. Now, a couple people did mention that they do have like the lines going across, so they have that little mini riser that they have above the riser to kind of make it a little bit bigger, but we'll take a look at that in a minute. So here is your red cabinet. It looks nice. I do like the art. One of my friends said it does look like they took it somewhere off of the internet that somebody just kind of made up, but I'm not one that's going to say that. I actually do like the looks of this cabinet. It is catchy. The colors are there. Red, blue, however you want to call it. There's your Miss Pac-Man. That's your typical Miss Pac-Man cabinet. Now, I do like the looks of it. Hopefully the marquee lights up and it isn't as washed out as some of the previous ones that Arcade1up has actually released. But it does give you that full feel. Now, that I do like that they are getting better with the coin doors. So they are looking a lot better than what they used to. 3D printed. I would like to have them light up, though. I know a lot of people are doing mods where they're changing out the coin door and making it where you can just plug these in and they have a little light on them. But that's just perfectly fine. Now we're going to go look at their website when it comes to this. Now we can take a look at the Shinku Hadouken version, which I'm not Japanese, so I don't speak that very well. 35th anniversary in the front. I like the control deck. I really like the control deck. It's a little more unique than your typical gray, looking like concrete kind of look. The art on the side is really, really nice. There's your other 45-degree angle. and your full-on side art. Now, like I said, I really do like the side art on these. A couple of people have shown closer pictures where it has a line going straight across right here for that extra little bit of height, I guess you could say. Now, these are going to be higher than your, or taller than your typical cabinets. Most of your typical cabinets are about 58 inches. This one is going to be 60 inches. So just a hair bigger than what we're used to, which is perfectly fine. The bigger the better when it comes to these. Here it actually is a Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And there is your typical control deck. Now, we are used to the, obviously, 6-button layouts. On, off, live, play. It is going to have online play. So apparently this is the first Capcom one that they've released that is going to have online play, which is amazing. Who would love to play Street Fighter 2 online against other people? Now, the fact is there's no server, so it is a direct connection from one system to another. So you don't have to worry about, hey, in about 2 years, are they going to pull the servers like some of these other companies are doing with the console games? Typical black right there, 35th. And I do like how they have the world map that kind of goes down into the front of the actual control deck. So that's kind of nice. And back to seeing these guys actually playing the game again. Now, I'm not going to read all this stuff like I normally do, but you can see it basically says the exact same things about the games. Yes, they are the exact same games on each one of these cabinets. Now, we'll go look at the red one, basically, the Yoga Flame Edition. Yoga. And while everything looks nice in red, like I said, I do like and prefer the blue one a little more than this. Now, the control deck is going to be about the biggest difference between these cabinets, as you can tell. Just the art. This is more your traditional Street Fighter 2 look when it comes to the actual art around the screen, as well as your marquee up here. So you get the Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition Turbo Hyper Fighting. Pretty much all the extensions that they've pretty much done, you're going to find it on these two particular cabinets, just in terms of your looks. Which one do you guys like the most of? Like I said, the blue one is my favorite. If I was going to get one of the two, it would be the blue one over there. Post down below which one that you would get, or if you would even want to get one, especially if you've already got their past 4 or 5 iterations of your Street Fighter games. I think that this is going to sell more because of the online play. So I think a lot of people are actually going to sell those particular cabinets just to get this. Now this is your Miss Pac-Man. It has your traditional Miss Pac-Man look, as we kind of saw already with the pictures. This person's not super tall, so she looks like she fits right in with the actual size of this particular cabinet. I'm assuming this is going to be your typical 58-inch cabinet when you have the riser. Now, like I said, everybody loves Miss Pac-Man. Do we need another Pac-Man game in the world? Probably not. But if they can make this one a little bit better quality than the previous ones, I think many of us, or you, are actually going to enjoy getting this for their collection. By now, either you have a gigantic basement, or you have a storage shed or a warehouse that you're putting all these things in. So there's your 45-degree angle, your straight-on look, your other 45-degree angle, your side art, your typical Miss Pac-Man art. And then there is your actual control deck, where you got your headphone jack there, on, off, volume, your live play, so you can do some online play, or have online rankings more than anything else. 3 buttons for some of those other games that they've got on there. And it just looks really, really nice. Now, the thing I'm noticing, like I noticed in a couple of them, I don't see Arcade1up splattered all over the front of this cabinet, where they typically like to put it here, sometimes on the side, or right here. It's just one little logo right here. It's not a big giant logo all over the place like they've done in the past. So I think it's small, it's kind of out of the way, and if you want to put a piece of black electrical tape over it so you can't see it, well, have at it, guys. That is up to you. But one little Arcade1up logo is not bad versus it being all over the sides and everywhere. So they do have videos. You can go on there and take a look. It's going to be for Wi-Fi online leaderboards, no subscription required, which that's kind of a dig at a couple of the other companies. So 14 classics, which I've already gone over all those, for $99.99. Now you can pre-order them right now through Arcade1up's website right now. Buy it now, add to cart, click, and you're out $500. Now here's, 57.8 inches, so it's about your 58-inch height cabinet like they typically have. Whereas that Capcom Legacy arcade is 60. So what do you guys think of these? Would you guys get rid of one of your older Miss Pac-Man cabinets to get the new Miss Pac-Man cabinet? I think many of you guys would, especially if the screen and the marquee will live up to what we are hoping they're actually meant to be. So that is going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, thought it was informative. I'm actually getting news out the day that it actually comes out. How about that? Fancy that. Now, if we all remember the GameFly list that was leaked a while back and that I actually did one or two follow-up videos on, you have to remember that it looks like these games are slated to be released soon. So according to the GameFly list, August 15th is when we should be looking at these Street Fighter games to be released. And it looks like September 15th should be about the release date for the actual Miss Pac-Man cabinet to be released. So there are some really good signs pointing to those three big games that we are waiting for. I mean, we're going to see Time Crisis. Are we going to see Blitz? I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, what can I say? They could be right around the corner, guys. So all we can really do is cross our fingers. Which one would you guys want to get? Would you want to get one of the two Street Fighters? Would you want to get the Miss Pac-Man? Or would you want to get all of them just to have them? Because I know a lot of people want to collect these things. So it's nice to actually have all the cabinets. Like Pokemon, you got to catch them all. What can I say? But I appreciate you guys coming and watching the video as always. Appreciate you guys kind of being there for me when I had my knee issue last week. I'm still kind of sore a little bit over on Instagram. So I appreciate you over there. Still doing my daily videos. I did not get videos out last weekend because I was in quite a bit of pain because of my knee. But I started them right back up Tuesday again. Enjoyed the weekend off. And here I am making this video for you guys. But make sure you hit that like and subscribe, guys. And stay tuned for the next video. Game on.